CornWarriors is presented by Pivot Bio.
Corn will grow almost anywhere. I don't know, probably needs side dressed. Maybe somebody should pee on it.
Yeah.
Give it a little end. Yeah. It's anchored well. I think I'll leave it there. Midlife crisis is what they call it. I don't know if that's what you call this or not, but I was at a farm auction and the 7720 turbo, everybody likes it when it says turbo. You know, you put that on your motorcycles, everything, turbo. I used to have one of these, just like this, and picked a lot of corn and beans with it. Run a lot of acres, a lot of long days, farmed close to what we farm now, did it all with one of these girls. Seems like if something breaks or goes wrong, lots of times it's technology. Not much technology here. We got levers, there's no auto steer. This is your auto steer. No height control, no steering controls, all manual. That's how you learn. That's how you learn to be a good operator, running something like this. So I was at this farm auction, back to the midlife crisis part. I was at this farm auction and I knew where this came from. It was a guy that passed, very particular, and wasn't bringing a lot of money. I started bidding on it, ended up buying it. Not really sure why yet, except I think the old midlife crisis thing in my head was turning. Some guys will buy a Trans Am, an old pickup like they used to have, something like that. I bought a 7720, I don't know. Check out feeder house chain, man. Just like me, just like me. Controls on a turbo 7720. A little different than what we're running now. You know, now we flip a little lever, or we flip a little button, and that engages our combine. This engages the separator on this girl. Big old throw lever. Ain't that cool? So when you wanna start your combine, that's how you start her. Just takes a big old pulley, brings her into the belt, starts the engagement. 4-speed, you know, like I said, some guys buy a Trans Am with a 4-speed, 7720, 4-speed. Thing the Trans Am doesn't have though is hydrostatic transmission. Infinitely variable, like they talk on the new ones. I think you call those LEDs. Digital, I don't know what the proper term is, but that's a little different than normal, than what you see now. Old-fashioned gauges. Not too many people rode with you in these unless they were up in the deal. Oh, here's another nice feature. This engaged your unload auger. Same concept through a pulley in. So, and right here is your hydraulic to get her out. So you're busy. Let me tell you now, you're busy over here. You're doing this and you're doing this and you're doing this and up and down and you're busy. You're busy. Pretty cool though. We're gonna drive in a parade. Throw candy, yeah. Okay, that's pretty much it.
So right now we just loaded up Pivot Bio.
The Proven 40 product, which is very cool.
We're out looking at one of our Pivot Bio plots. I like the looks of it.
It's not leaching away in the groundwater. It's not running off when we get a hard, heavy rain.
Not bad, huh? Not bad. The Proven 40 is doing its job.
It's that missing link that keeps my plant where it needs to be.
Pivot Bio passed the test, I feel
So far,
like.
the Pivot Bio is checking all the boxes.
Yeah.
Nutrient 8 stand behind me 100%. Benton and me work together. He's my go-to guy.
We've probably known each other, what, 10 years at least.
You pick the phone up and they're there immediately, and I can't put another name on anybody else I'd rather work with.
Plants look very healthy. Yeah, sometimes we put secret sauce in it.
We actually become a real good team. Only the best products from Nutrient for us. been a challenge for the last 3 weeks, waking up every morning without a rain. They keep telling us we're gonna get 20 or 30%, and it never happened. But anyways, it'll keep you from walking through the cornfield in the middle of the day, 100 degrees. You'll drive around the block the other way to go to 7-Eleven to get a drink versus riding by your cornfields.
10 months, you said?
It's been a while since I've been out here. Since last time I was out here, I think is when we put down a herbicide, you know, Roundup, atrazine. Looked at it then. It's clean. It did what it was supposed to do as far as that goes. Looks like the emergence were pretty damn good, considering a spot or two, about like every other planter. But if you look down in there, I mean, it's as thick as it's supposed to be. I think we planted this at 38,000 to the acre.
Okay.
This is the shorter hybrid. I mean, it looks good. It's healthy. No disease. Silks look good. It's like about everything I want out of it. All in all, I think the corn's pretty. It's not what you're used to seeing walking in the cornfield that's, you know, 12 foot high, 14 foot. But again, I like the short stature of the corn. So.
Lay down my arms and on my knees I won't get down. Whatever goes around, remember, guess what comes around. Whatever goes around, remember, guess what comes around.
We're here near the coast, and the winds, you know, the double brace root actually gives a little more support, I believe. The fertility, as you can see out here, is phenomenal. This is one of the ears that we just pulled in here and randomly, we haven't even hardly been in the field 3 steps and grabbed the ear. Filled all the way out to the tip, no aborted kernels. We planted about April the 14th. All emerged within the same day. Everything from emergent all the way up to herbicide, everything was uniform. This farm here has also been planted at 39,000 to the acre. And as we look, and we'll go in there in a minute, you can see the emergents are perfect. I mean, they're stacked just like you want them to see. So let's take a walk out here in the field and take a look at what we got. We ain't gonna show you too much. Watch us walk in here and not find anything. That ain't the case though, I don't think. Y'all coming? As you can see, we stacked the corn in here. Look at the brace roots, and the roots, our roots are touching one another here. That's about as close as I want to get to population. And you come on up the stalk here, everything seems to be pretty. No fungus, the stalk is healthy. Every ear seems to be pretty close to exactly the same, as y'all can see here. We're in here, you can see where we sprayed the fungicide and that fertilizer. And you can tell, if you can see on the stalk or the leaf there, how we had a good coverage with that. And this last shot of fertilizer of kryptonite and a few other little additives we had should take us right on into black layer. Put a lot of test weight on this corn and hope and pray we don't get any kind of weather event to take this from us. All along the way, our tissue samples came back as better this year than ever. It all was in the high greens, not over green. Everything looked good. Hopefully this will be the one that'll get us to the NCGA this year. With the year that we had, not as much rain as I'd like to have had, but as we can all see here, I think we'd all say that this was pretty close to perfect. You know, we can do 375. I'd be tickled pink with it this year. But if you do any kind of stand count here, I think we might be all over top of that. Right here, I think, you know, we may be pushing past that. Good stuff. Nutrient 8 stand behind me 100%. Benton and me work together. He's my go-to guy.
We've probably known each other, what, 10 years at least.
You pick the phone up and they're there immediately, and I can't put another name on anybody else I'd rather work with.
Plants look very healthy. Yeah, sometimes we put secret sauce in it.
We actually become a real good team. Only the best products from Nutrient for us.
Farmers deserve a nitrogen that works as hard as they do, one that stays with the crop until the job is done. It's time to turn to a better nitrogen with Pivot Bio.
Next probably will be a V10 Valtima application.
It's so much more than fungicide.
Goes above and beyond disease control.
Really like the BASF fungicides.
It's a stress mitigator. It's plant health. We have applied a toad on this farm, you know.
Done a great job for me.
Definitely money made.
Yeah, absolutely. See how green this still is?
That's right. It's never too early to be talking about a program anymore.
This was supposed to be running last night and it didn't. Shut off on me. It shut off for whatever reason and it shouldn't have shut off, so there was something going on. And I turned it on last night and it still didn't turn on. I don't know if there was a power problem, but. One time I actually scalded corn a little just because it was so hot out, and then putting cold water on it. Just it got a little white, you know, and scalded it like a little bit, or the opposite of scalding it. Okay, we're good. Just going. It'll handle it. Woo! Maybe we need somebody in the front for ballast. We ain't if we're not dragging. Nah, you're good. This is our way to get over the gate without hitting the hot wire. We're using the ATV as a climbing apparatus. That's the main purpose of it. Everybody over. Okay. Everybody together? Yep. All right, CornWarriors. We are out in some just pollinating corn. This is contest corn. This should be some of my better corn. It's looking pretty good. It's looked good all season. It's had some really good color all season. As you can see, even down these lower leaves, we got good dark green. We are losing a couple at the bottom, but I think it's sheer sunlight. So look up, you know, I mean, or look down. All you're getting is dots of sunlight down in here. It's pretty dark in this canopy, so the bottom leaves, after a while, have a hard time hanging on when they're getting no sunlight whatsoever. On the outside rows where it gets some sunlight down in there, those leaves will stay green all the way down. But you know what, I'm not gonna pull ears loose yet, 'cause we're just pollinating. I don't want to screw anything up, but you know, ear height looks predominantly even. It isn't perfect, but it's predominantly even. I like the stalk size and girth, shape and everything. So it's got to be some pretty good corn as long as we can keep water to it. We are struggling keeping enough water to it because this is on my drip and it hasn't been raining at all. And we can't quite keep up with the water needs of the plant. So we'll see. This did have an early fungicide. We're waiting for about R1. I think we'll hit it again with fungicide and some insect and possibly some foliar stuff. But we've been tissuing this. Our nutrients are pretty good. Boron's real good. We do a lot of boron in the soil. I'm a bigger believer in that than doing it foliarly. I know if it's in the soil, we're getting it up through the plant. So we use a lot of solubor and granubor to do that. So it's going to be pretty strong corn, I think. I mean, it's early yet to tell, but we'll wait it out and see what we get. We just kind of want to give you a look at it while the Corn Warrior crew is here. I mean, take this shot down through here, how dense the leaves are. there's a lot of interception of sunlight. What I was talking about, these leaves are having a hard time even getting any sun. See how it's dark, you know, there's no sun hitting them, this one either. You know, you got to start getting pretty far up in the canopy before we're getting any sunlight interaction. And that is part of the problem with really lush corn, is trying to get some sunlight down to the ear leaf, which is where we'd really like to see some on that. So that's one of the struggles we face. That's actually why I think the short corns that they're coming out with, like Corey's trying this year, I really think that's going to be the ticket for the future. Standability should be better. Well, I know it'll be better. If you can keep the stalk girth up, have it stand, and it'll yield like some of these other hybrids, that's the way to go. So most of these plants are the way I want them to see rooted. I don't like seeing the braced roots above the ground. It isn't like it's a do or die thing, but this is the proper way to see a corn plant. Crown roots are down in the ground, everything's hooked up. That plant, nutritionally and water-wise, was doing what it's supposed to put on that kind of root system. Everything's underneath. This is the way you want it. This is what you want to see, right like this. Nice size on these stalks for as thick as this is planted. So hopefully it'll put on a good ear for us. And as you see, these are, you know, even that deep in the canopy, we're still holding that leaf. We've lost a couple of these very bottom ones just from, I think, lack of sunlight. But pretty happy with the way that looks and the way the color is, so stay tuned. Where you? Over here. Yeah. Keep it coming.
We got Mark to come down from Concept Agritech.
We like to talk with the growers and get some of that history. That's what gave farmers returns.
We got some of Concept Sweet success. Get that soil biology ramped up.
We're getting a little bit of everything.
So this is the program we'll be running. That's all that's in there.
Nutrient, they stand behind me 100%. Benton and me work together. He's my go-to guy.
We've probably known each other, what, 10 years at least.
You pick the phone up and they're there immediately, and I can't put another name on anybody else I'd rather work with.
Plants look very healthy. Yeah, sometimes we put secret sauce in it.
We actually become a real good team. Only the best products from Nutrient for us. I've been dealing with B&S Enterprises now for about 23 years, 24 years, and what you see is what you get, and they take care and a lot of pride in their customers.
Pop your chain up over top of your roller over to your overtop, and then slide that forward as far as you can.
Yeah, their service department, when you make the phone call and they come to us, as y'all have seen, their service trucks are stacked. It's whatever they need is there. I mean, it's you know, it's not going back to the shop and picking up this, that, or the other. It's on the truck every time. And Josh or Richie or whoever comes out to me, they have everything that we need in that truck. This company has always been here for me. They've always treated me well. If something's wrong, you know, I'll pick the phone up, they fix it. alone, baby.
I'll try to take this bearing off without messing it up, put it back together.
You want me to go get one?
Can or...
Ain't no need to, I mean, you done all the rest of it, right?
Okay, yeah, that's
I mean,
good.
Can you do that the very last?
Yeah, we can put that bearing on very last. I'll go and sit this up in the hole. Sit the housing up there, and all we have to do is slide the bearing on it.
All right. Brad, he said he only got 2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got it. Smash it. Yeah, if you hold it up, I'll... Is it heavy?
I got it on my shoulder. Hey, we got to go to B&S and get a bearing.
Oh, perfect.
We are heading to Hertford, North Carolina. To B&S Enterprises. We'll go there and check them out and show you guys who we deal with on a daily basis with parts and service.
I remember going around when Heath was this big, running around collecting tractors and going out to work on his daddy and uncle stuff. That just shows my age, that's all it does.
I mean, our motto has always been, try to have parts and service. And over the years, and we've put a lot of effort in stocking a lot of parts a lot of people don't have. Just take a look around.
The window traveling down this road, I can see how far we've come and see where we can go.
And we're coming to take a look at the shop. Don't look at the sign.
See this spirit of our freedom and a sense of liberty. That's America.
All right, so I guess we got finished up. What all did you replace today?
We replaced pretty much your entire clean grain elevator, new chains, new sprockets, new bearings. We did your incline auger, bearing on that, and the tube. 4 or 5 belts. We took links out of some chains. We got your chopper knives, in good shape. Replaced your incline auger on your unloading system. Basically just check the whole machine over and just make sure you're in good shape.
So it's ready. This thing's ready for trade, is what you're saying.
Oh,
8240 here, available at the end of the year. Yeah, so.
It's ready for all.
Good deal. Good deal. Yep.
Farmers deserve a nitrogen that works as hard as they do, one that stays with the crop until the job is done. It's time to turn to a better nitrogen with Pivot Bio.
Next probably will be a V10 Valtima application.
It's so much more than fungicide.
It goes above and beyond disease control.
Really like the BASF fungicides.
It's a stress mitigator. It's plant health. We have applied a toad on this farm,
Done a great job for me.
Definitely money made.
Yeah, absolutely. You see how green this still is?
That's right. It's never too early to be talking about a program anymore.